Yo, 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 yo. Let's get to it. Whoa. 1 2 1 2. You know the way we always do it this time. Telling you all the truth has been my world desire and drive throughout this whole nation. I've just been, this whole drive has been just truth telling. Make sure you guys got enough truth so that you understood where we stand, with everything that we do. Watching the Raiders blow that game last night was pissing me off, more than you could ever imagine. Oh yeah, well, we're gonna get back to doing a little something different, but just a moment. Now, now I'm sharing the video to some people that didn't get notifications, because unfortunately, for some reason, people are not getting their notifications when they should initially. Granted, a lot of people are asleep. By the time they wake up, you know, hopefully this will be out there for them. Now it's showing at least a mobile um, alert went out. Now, Millennium Mine, I did get your Cash App. Now, let's get into this. Jay Z, the hip hop superstar phenomenon known as Jay Z, is doing what I've always told people about Jay Z is the reason why I wouldn't do business with Jay Z and on anything. Because Jay Z will definitely try to get out of a contract or he will sell a company. That's what he does. Every business Jay Z has owned, he has sold. When he did title that way and he sold title, I told all you guys one thing, not to trust Jay Z. He sold title, he sold Rockaware, he sold everything he has. He even sold parts of Duce, right? Sold that and made a deal with Bacardi. Oh, absolutely. Well, he really didn't have a lot of shares in the Brooklyn Nets, but it was a good look for him to do something more predatorial. Well, a lot of people compare. They say, "Oh, look at what's happening to Jay." The same thing happened to Kanye West. But we're going to get into all of these details. Now, this is what's happening. Jay Z is attempting to exit the partnership he went into with Bacardi. He sold about 50% of his interest in Duce and made a partnership with Bacardi. Now, last year, he wanted to get out of basically the cognac business and he wants to sell the other shares, but he's valuing his shares at 50% at $2.5 billion. But Bacardi came back with like that valuation does not make sense. It's $460 million valuation. Like, where did Jay Z get this numbers from? So they've been fighting back and forth based on this. Jay Z's trying to do a put option where it allows him to sell his shares. Now, a put option was put in to protect people, and people have been using it as a tool to basically weaponize themselves to get themselves out of a situation to make more money for themselves and screw over their partners. Sorry, that's the new reality of it. Everything was made with good intentions. Hit the like button, please, coming through the door. Yeah, well, you go into business hoping your partner has good intentions. Well, when you look for a put option, it's like saying somebody's trying to compete, or let's say somebody wants to trade because of the certain circumstances that happen, or you have to prove that the partner is doing something that you don't like and is like messing with the value. So the premium will go up because what you're doing is basically the put option is going to increase your value, right? And the price of the stock will decrease. So the put options premiums decline and you will like lose value in the stock and all of this stuff as it rises. So the investors selling position in the stocks when it's exercised, the put options are used to hedge or protect from the downward spiral of a stock. If you're in a long stock position like he is with Bacardi. I will give you an example. Let's say John owes something in, Carcino's tires. So Carcino Tire Company and John, right? John decided I'm gonna purchase about $11 into the company. Each option contract is worth about 100 shares, right? So this gives him the right to sell his 100 shares in Carcino's tires at $11 before the expiration date. Now, if John, with all his wisdom, decides to hold on to 100 shares of Carcino's tires, his broker will sell those shares at the $11 strike price. To complete the transaction, okay, the option writer will need to purchase the shares at that price. That's what that means, right? Now, John may realize, he can get a gain from using this if the price of Carcino tires fall below the $11 stocks, like strike price that they want, that $11 price. So John is protected from the stock price falling because of the $11 strike price of the put option. Okay, so basically, it's an insurance, people. Right. Exactly what you just said. Well, our company deals in trade. Remember, I'm with Smith and Brown. It's another one of my companies that I'm with. If you've been following Casino for Life, you would know this already. Yeah, but let's say John is in Carcino's tires, right? And let's say the actual gain is depending on how much John actually paid for this option. Now, let's say that Carcino's tires went below the 11 and fall to like 10. Remember, it was at 11, but John paid $2 per share for the contract, for the put option contract. The break even point would be at 9. Okay, that would put it at 9 because remember, he did it for $2. So if it was at 11, it's going to drop to 9. If that makes sense now. Minus the $2, now it's at 9. Instead of the 11, now it's 9. 2 minus 11 is 9. So I think we could all follow that simple math. So now it drops below 9. So if Carcino's tires were to fall below 9 per share prior to John, you know, doing, when he went to 2, now if it drops below the 9, now John is going to make a profit. Another scenario. And this is why options are so different. It all depends on the scenarios that happen within the deal, right? Let's say the stock falls below 8%, right? I mean, let's say $8. I'm sorry, 8%. Let's say Carcino's tires is at below $8, right? So if Carcino's tires go below $8, John will be able to sell 100 shares at $11 instead of the current $8 market rate. By buying the option, he saved himself $300 less in the cost of the option. And since he sold his 11 shares at $11 for a total of $1,100, instead of having to sell the entire shares at $8 for a total of $800. Does anyone have a problem with this or following what I'm doing? You said I'm following. Good. So let's say he didn't get the option and the stock was at 11. They said, well, he could have sold it at $11, period. Well, that's you banking that the stock won't go below 11. See, what Jay is doing is trying to put a stop option on the stock. And if it goes below those numbers, Jay is getting it stopped. While the money, while it's coming down, Jay's like, I'm gonna stop it right here. That's the number right there. I want the stop option, which is the put option, rather. I want it to stop right here. Now, if the stock go up, Jay's in trouble. But if he could sell it for that price only. So if the stock is this, Jay can't go up He got to go for the stop option right there where it stopped at. Now, if it goes below that, Jay could still, it could go down to $2. That's more money for Jay. Everybody else who don't have that option got to sell it for the $2 that's at the bottom. Jay's is stopped here. So Jay get to sell it for that stop price, which is the put option. It's buying an insurance to protect it that it stays at this point. So now anything below that is a profit for Jay. So that's why Jay wants it at this, valuation. Now, what they're arguing about is where this put option stop is at. Bacardi is saying, I don't know how Jay-Z got a $2.5 billion valuation. His valuation is more like 460 million, like way below. So now they're arguing over where this put option is and this whole agreement stake. And that's why I say it's fishy because it depends on certain situations. You have to be allowed to have a put option put in place. It's a lot of different circumstances when you're like trading options. Well, you can have a short position transaction. Jay could do that with the Bacardi deal if he wanted to, but at this point, I don't think he can because they're partners, and it's a lot of people have to be in agreement. And I think Jay just wants to sell Duce because I knew that's what he was going to do anyway. Is sell his other shares in Duce, get with something, build it, and sell it. Is the Jay Z method. Jay Z came with a $2.5 billion. So then they came with Bacardi can buy them out for their value. See, Bacardi owns 50% and they want to sell Bacardi the other 50%, saying you can own the whole thing, but they want to buy it for 460 million. They're not going to buy it for this one point. They redid it and came back with a $1.5 billion valuation. And Bacardi's like, go to hell. So they rejected the buyout offer of 1.5 billion. So Jay-Z is accusing them of hiding the value. Hmm. But you got to look at it for what it's really truly saying. What it's truly saying is this: Jay-Z will sell anything he's attached to, including his wife. If Beyonce drops in value, Jay will get a divorce. That man loves nothing but himself. Sorry. You got to bring some type of value to Jay. He uses Beyonce as a commodity. Oh yeah, we got that on the Patreon right now. So Jay wouldn't like that. Um, yeah, this is probably shocking to a lot of you. I've said all this, but this has been on the Patreon for a while. So that's probably the first time you hear me really say that. There's a video backing up what I'm saying that you'll only see on the Patreon. That's never going to be on YouTube. Um, no, he wants out of the cognac business, period. He's selling Douce completely. He sold the 50, and I knew he was going to sell the other 50%. This is what Jay does. Now, they had a handshake deal to sell the team. I mean, the team. To sell the actual liquor, the cognac, to Bacardi. But they're not agreeing with these prices. Bacardi said we never agree with this price. So Jay-Z said they're hiding their value and they're underreporting it, and he think they're trying to lowball him on his price of the buyout. Now I'm here to let you know, yes, they are. What they saying to you, Jay, is how dare you, Negro, try to come in and do what we do. That's what this is about. But plain and simple, you are not finna outsmart us. This is what they do. No, that one is not. That one's VIP Patreon video. When you see that video, you'll know why it's VIP Patreon video. Um, yeah, it's a lot of stuff revealed in that Jay Beyonce video. Very dangerous. Well, Jay is doing what Jay Z does. First off, Jay is doing what they do. They overvaluated the business. Jay-Z overvaluated the business at 2.5 billion, which was probably $1 billion. Can you imagine making $1 billion mistake? He know they're not going to buy it at what he was valuing the 50% shares to be. It was like 2.5 billion. All right, now stop playing. Give me the valuation. Stop playing now. Now give me the real numbers. So that's when, yes, T. Smith. Of course Dame is right about Jay-Z. When has Dame Dash has been wrong about Jay-Z? Only thing Dame Dash has been wrong about is himself. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of these people do the same things that they complain that others do. They always complain about what someone else has done, and they turn around and do the same things. I wouldn't call it the Trump negotiation game. I call that the negotiating game. When you negotiate anything in price, everybody you start high. You don't start at the price you want. You go to the price higher, and you do that in anything you're doing. You can try to sell a CD to somebody. You can grab in and try to sell them this brush. I ain't gonna charge you what I got for the brush. I'll be like, this is a state of the art brush. You got a hard side, you got a soft side, two-sided brush, man. Can't go wrong with a two-sided brush. Now I was gonna let it go. Somebody's gonna offer me, since it's vintage, and Kanye West and Jay Z both. Kanye used this side, Jay Z used this side. Now I would let it go at maybe 5,000, but since you're a friend, I'll let it go for maybe 1,500. 1,500, man. Come on, man. Let me get it for 1,000. 1,250, man. This is as low as I'm going for this brush. All right, 1,250. All right, you got it. Maybe how much you pay for the brush? $5. Now, Jay-Z has never ran a business. Everything Jay-Z has ran has failed. Truthfully, Ace of Spades will soon fail. Trust me, every business practice that had Jay at the helm is going to fail. Jay is not a businessman. Jay is somebody who speaks big words and the right words at times, but he's not a smart man as much people think he is. He's wise in his decision making as far as the decisions he makes that's best suits him. He's not somebody who can, oh no, I'm gonna strike out and be a real businessman and handle this stuff on his own. He can't do that. He's never been that guy. He's a talent and knows how to use and manipulate other people's talent for his own financial gain. That's Jay-Z. That's what got him his success. If it wasn't for Kanye West, Jay-Z would not be a billionaire right now. Kanye made Jay-Z a billionaire. Beyonce made Jay-Z a billionaire, not the other way around. But he had more influence into making Beyonce a commodity so that she could help him because she could open doors they wouldn't let Jay-Z through. Jay-Z couldn't get on Oprah. Wasn't even allowed to mention Jay-Z's name when she went to Oprah. And he's Jay-Z. To us in hip hop, he was like the safest rapper out there. He ain't all tatted up. He wears suits. I'm like, it was like, man, Jay is the guy you would want. Why the hell they don't want Jay? They didn't even want Jay-Z. Jay knew that. Jay couldn't go over in Europe and do these tours. When he was there, they were booing Jay-Z. They didn't even want him. They wanted Beyonce. But it was a package deal. You take Beyonce, you got to take Jay. So it got him through those doors. Beyonce came on Oprah's show and could not mention Jay-Z's name. That was her first time like on Oprah. No, that'll never happen. Jay would never do that. Hit the like button, good people, because you know they ain't gonna like it. If you're new here, subscribe to this page. Yeah, we're doing it live this morning, getting it in early. Now, society tells you what they want and how they want it done, right? That's what they always say. Society dictates. They're going to dictate to you what they want or how it should go. It's better to be overrated than underpaid, of course. But see, Jay Z, let me take y'all all the way back. Jay Z in business. Now, remember, Jay Z was never considered to be a businessman. The first thing that they were supposed to do, right, was go into a partnership with Rockaware. Rockaware was Dame Dash's vision, not Jay's. Jay wasn't really with it at first. Then he brought Jay into Rockaware. After the success of Hard Knock Life, Rockaware came out that year. That year, the company that was putting it together, who was the manufacturers of Rockaware, I can't remember at this moment in time off the top of my head, but they were manufacturing it, wanted to use, Jay-Z's name. I'm talking to the short bus children. Oh my God. And the fact is, Dame was able to leverage business deals based on the success of Jay-Z. So what he was do was actually able to leverage um, business practices that others couldn't get. So the first thing that came out was like the Pelly Pale leathers. They had the Rockaware leather. So you start seeing the Rockaware leather jackets. Then they start having the like blue jean. Then they had the t-shirts. So when you saw Jay-Z come out and that, put your hands up. Everybody, put your hands up. And they got the Rockaware leather jackets. Next thing you know, they was in every neighborhood, every ghetto. Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't say that was one of Jay's the best verses. Um, I love the verse. He was bragging. Now he had the this was the first time Jay really had the record sales now to back up his boastful talking. He was doing all this boasting and bragging, but he ain't had a record sales to really stand out. Now he got the record sales. I'm like, everybody was like, oh man, Jay finna be even 10 times worse with the arrogance. Sure enough, that was the up you gonna talk about them C's on our head. We just cocked them things over the chromium wheels. Both arms is chunky, the sleeves is all chill. Any given day is 100 G's in your grill. Don't talk to me about who got skill. He's all right, but he's not real. So, anyway, getting off track. Rockaware comes around, right? He's a partner. He owns what 25% of Rockefeller Records. They got like a 25% deal. Jay gets a percentage off that. So now they got this label. He has this. Jay don't run the label. Jay's not even in charge of really signing anybody. Rockefeller was so bad of a company when it first started because they didn't have anything. So Sauce Money left because he had a better deal and an offer on the table. He's like, you know, I gotta take it. And then Rockefeller blows up and sells 4 million records with Hard Knock Life. Now here come the signing of people. What people didn't realize is that after Hard Knock Life came out, then they started signing artists. Myth Bleak wasn't even signed yet. Everybody thought he was signed. He wasn't. There was no contract really for him to sign yet. He was on the record and was recording songs, but he didn't even sign a deal. So Benny Siegel came in with Bleak. They really all came in together. If you think Brazil finna lose to Croatia, you out your damn mind. I told you Brazil winning the cup. Look, I want Portugal to win. Portugal plays really good, but we're getting off track. So Jay, so Jay, when what happened with him was a relatively simple equation, something simple on the platform, right? And you might say, well, what is this simple thing that you're talking about? The simple part is this. Jay didn't have to do any work. All he had to do was really attach his name to it and get a percentage. All he had to do was just be Jay-Z the artist. He never had a chance to really stand out, but he wanted to be looked at as a businessman. Like, I want people to know Jay is smart. But Dame's getting all the credit because Dame is the vocal one. He's the he's the one with all the flashy, Dame Dash, the business consumer, and he could sit there and conduct an interview and he could talk. Jay can't talk. That's why Jay was mostly quiet. And he chooses his words selectively because Jay is not very good in conversation. I don't want Messi to win nothing. I want him to lose and lose badly. No, they were relative. Kanye was always the brash, arrogant, spoiled child he was. It's just that Dame recognized that creative genius and was like, we got to get behind this dude. It was just a business mind of Dame to give him that option. But the whole point was this: as simple as those times were, they were difficult. Even though Rockefeller's making money, they're spending money as well. It wasn't a lot of doors open for hip hop at that time. And a lot of people didn't realize that. It just wasn't, those doors just weren't opening. I'm more Ronaldo than Messi. But no, no, he put himself in a very difficult position. He put himself in a different position because no, he put himself in a different position because he knew what these scenarios will bring. When you know what scenarios is going to bring you problems, you don't want those problems. So you do anything in your power to keep everything moving the way it is. Jay-Z's been hopping on people's ideas for years. Exactly. So what happened in the end? They gave him Rockefeller, right? He stole Rockaware from Dame. Dame was paid and bought out of his position. Rockaware belonged to Jay-Z. He sold it. Rockefeller, Rock Nation, or whatever happened to Rock Nation? Does that thing even exist? Now that's more of a promotional company than a record label. Done. Where's Myth Bleak? Where's Beans? Where's all the guys that was on Rockefeller? Done. All the people that's making money were the people that was never on the records. They the millionaires. Tata, You know, it's like, man, all these dudes are millionaires. All these people that's around Jay, they are millionaires, and they had nothing to do with the records. Well, young Chris did some things that he shouldn't have did. Somebody posted, he basically clicked on a photo. Somebody took Rihanna sitting on his lap. She took her top off and stuff. And he posted it, like retweeted it on his page. And that just got him blackballed by Jay. He didn't post it. Somebody else had posted it and he just retweeted it. Um, no, because at that time, Riri is his artist. And he don't want her out there basically showing her stuff, even though her stuff was already on the internet. All the stuff from Chris Brown's phone was leaked. The photos she used to send him, So I'm like, all that stuff was already leaked on the internet. I mean, who ain't seen all Rihanna's goodies by now? Why would that be a wonder, RT? You shouldn't even have to wonder anymore. I wonder if Rita Ora and Jay, you don't even have to wonder. How many Beyonce Rihanna records have you heard? Of them together? Have you heard that Rihanna Beyonce collab? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And her diss record, y'all ain't heard the Rihanna diss record that she put out? That everybody was bobbing their head to and didn't know it was a diss record towards Rock Nation. Bitch better have my money. Who the hell you think you're fronting on? Pay me what you owe me. Right, block. Louis 15, nigga, you just bought a shot. You're checking your brand new every day. Don't act like you forgot. I call the shots. Like block. Pay me what you owe me. That was about her manager. Now it's about her management. What about her manager? It was about her management. You find that very strange that Beyonce's album was promoted. Well, we'll do that on the Patreon. We ain't gonna do that here. We ain't gonna do that here. We'll do that on the Patreon. Because y'all probably gonna want to know more about that. We'll go into that. Now, let's get this. Right? Let's get this laid out, finished. They get rid of Dame, right? So he starts going to become the president of Def Jam. He was the worst president in the history of Def Jam Records. He used $20 million to promote his own damn album. Cut all these artists off from the budget money. They all pissed off at him. All the rappers ready to crush Jay. He was the worst guy to ever sit in the seat, and he didn't even do anything. He wasn't even running the company. Okay, L.A. Reid was running the company. L.A. Reid brought Nas over. Wasn't no Jay-Z. Jay-Z was just there. Jay-Z never brought Rihanna in. The guy that actually brought Rihanna in was Jay Brown's and the guy, Shakir Stewart. He's the one that brought Rihanna in, not Jay. He brought in Rick Ross and Jeezy. Wasn't even Jay-Z. Jay-Z got the credit. Shakir Stewart is the one that brought them in. So who did Jay bring in? What did Jay-Z do? You see, most of the people just don't understand how it really works. Jay never co-signed Kanye West to be a rapper. He wanted him to be the producer of the beats. He didn't see him as a rapper. Jay was like, just make them hot beats for me, and that's that. Why you think on Big Brother, which is a diss record to Jay-Z? Jay-Z was like, I had to come out and support Big Brother to make him not sound crazy. No, you had to support Big Brother because Kanye West has sold like 25 million records before Big Brother came out. He was already an established artist. You were behind Kanye. Kanye is the largest selling artist at Rockefeller Records. Kanye West has the largest selling records at their largest debut records. He got all the records, not you, Jay-Z. Kanye West has sold way more records than Jay-Z. From the jump, from the inception, first album, second album, third album, fourth album, every album. That's why you did that. Drake and Kanye was finna do an album. Kanye got all excited and told Jay they finna do an album called Watch the Throne. And Jay was like, you need to do that album with me. And cut Drake out of it. Jay had no inkling of doing an album with Kanye West until he found out him and Drake about to do it. They had that pop style, and they was finna make the songs. They was working on it. Jay was like, "No, you need to do that with me." So this is why Kanye and Jay was having this fight in Hawaii. But that's a whole nother story. We already covered that, the Hawaii fight and everything else. It had a lot to do with Kim and the way Beyonce was treating Kim too. So we won't go into that. That's going taking this way off the subject. Now, thanks for the Patreon. Oh, don't worry. We got something more hot coming on the Patreon today. Super hot. A lot of this stuff ain't rumors, bro. A lot of it is like facts. Big facts. This is how Nicki Minaj got on the song and burnt everybody on Monster. Her verse just slaughtered everybody, and this what got her respect at the time. So Yeah, all of this was going on right there. So Jay messes up Def Jam. Did you not know before he was president of Def Jam, Jay Z had a record label called S. Carter Records? Many of you don't know that. While he was on Rockefeller Records, Jay tried to start his own record company called S. Carter Records. How many of y'all knew that? You know who was running the label? Tata. He was gonna build up S. Carter Records and then dip off on to S. Carter and start saying, "I'm gonna leave Rockefeller, and going over to S. Carter Records." S. Carter was gonna be his brand. That failed. Jay Z owed $20 million to Def Jam. So for him to leave Def Jam and get out of his deal, he had to pay back $20 million. So Leor Cohen, who went to Arista and set up over there, wanted to bring Jay over there. So he brought Jay over for basically a one album deal before Arista folded and was going to do their thing. They went there basically to set up to steal money. And then Leor went to another company, build it up, take the vice president, put him in charge, and then move on to something else. Oh, definitely. That was the coming out party for being single, was throw your hands up. Like I knew him on the mixtapes, and that's how I knew that Jay Z was taken from him. And I'm like, either Jay is writing for Beans or Beans is being ripped off by Jay. Because Jay is saying a lot of lines Beans said on this mixtape. If you don't believe me, if you could ever find this song, Benny Siegel got a song where he raps about the Monopoly board. He goes around the Monopoly board rapping. Y'all dudes are salty. Y'all Baltic Ave. And then he started going around the whole Monopoly board rapping about that. Is that rhyme Jay ripped off that rap? I don't know the name of it, but I had that mixtape and it had that on there, and Beans is on there. Y'all dudes are salty. Y'all Baltic Ave. And he was saying something else. I forgot how the rest of the rhyme went, but Crew Love. No, it's not Crew of Love. This wasn't a release song, I don't think. This was on a mixtape. Maybe he used the lyrics again on Crew Love, but it's a mixtape. I'll go back and listen to Crew Love and see it again. He said, I remember hearing that in high school. Yeah, it was on a mixtape. Way before state property even existed. Uh, mm-mm. He says Crew Love on the first Clue mixtape. I'll check it out. So that's another company of J. S. Dot Carter. Gone. Hit the like button too. Y'all just got here. I know y'all just woke up and came in. So everybody hit the like button. He said a song is called Monopoly by Benny Siegel. He said the song was Monopoly by Benny Siegel. Okay. I'm going to look that up. Anyway, S. Dot Carter fails. President of Def Jam failed. What business did he come with after that? He had Rockaware, right? Failed. Rock Nation fails. Then he had what? Title failed. Armadale Vodka. Well, we forgot to go through that. Armadale Vodka. He was a partner in that with Dan. Failed. What did he do that was successful? That he stayed on top of? What did he have after that? 40/40 Club. Failed. Everything he gets, he sells off. Title. He got everybody involved. Screwed that up. He said Beyonce the only thing he stay on top of. I don't even think he's staying on top of that. The Reebok deal failed. The S. Dot Carters failed. He got his money off of it. 50 made more. That's the facts. They discontinued the S. Dot Carters. They still was making G units. They was up to the G6s. Now, he just sold Title. He just sold 50% of Duce. He's trying to sell the other 50%. Ace of Spade, he just sold percentages of that. He finna sell that too. That dreadlock wig failed. That sew-in dreads he got. Jay-Z was 45 years old rapping with a low cut. And all of a sudden he got a fro. A big dread that's like looking like a damn lion. He Jay Lion. Got his soul in. Everything he has, he sells. That's why I would never partner with Jay-Z. I would never do anything with him. And you guys might know this, but he's going to be part owner in a casino. So this is why another reason why he wants to get out of the cognac business, because this messes him up. Because you can't, when they vet you, they're gonna look at your investments, and he wants to go into investing in a casino. I know because Floyd Mayweather is a partner in this deal with Jay Z and SL. They're finna own a casino inside of a skyscraper in New York City. Oh, you heard about that casino this morning? Yeah, Floyd talked about it a long time ago. See, Floyd give up a lot of details he probably shouldn't be giving up yet because deals are not completed. This got him in trouble before. And for the first time this year, it is snowing. Yay! Now it's gonna seem a lot like Christmas. On the day I gotta go outside, I gotta go on a date tonight. Yep, going on a date. Gotta go to a play. So that means I gotta drive in this today. Yes, it's possible for women to try to do more than one thing. Yes, he's gonna be a partner in a lot of different projects. This is why Floyd was like, "Yeah, I got the million, 2 billion." Like Floyd tells it as if he's putting up all the money and it's gonna be owned by just Floyd Mayweather. No, he's gonna be part of an investment group. AG Bando, baby. I was just playing your song the other day, man. Hey, everybody in here, look at that. That's AG Bando. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his page. Rap Phenomenon. Man, I saw that with Takeoff, man. I couldn't believe it. And then I saw your post about your sister, man. My condolences to you, brother. You and Omar, man. That broke my heart. I saw that. Yeah, I think I don't know, AG, how cool you was with Takeoff. Now I know you and Offset was tight, but yeah, I got him in my playlist. So when I play my playlist right away, we was playing AG Bando, baby, right on Apple Music. He said it hit us hard in Atlanta. Yeah, that's the thing. You see, when he was out there in Atlanta making records, because AG Bando's from out here, Gov Lane. You know, that's his area, man. So he came out here, starting off his career here, then went to Texas. I think no, not Texas, but Georgia. I don't know if you went to Texas too, but I know you was in Georgia out there in Atlanta, and basically been making records forever. Oh, I was hyped to hear Omar on the record. Omar's on the record on the phone call, man. That was genius to put Omar on the record on the phone call. Like, man, dude, we everybody talk about 3, 4 years falling off. Man, we on a 15-year run. I was like, tell him, Omar, we on a run. We on a 15-year run. 'Illa G bonded out. $2 million. Damn. Damn. I'm telling you, Illa was always into something, boy. 2 mil. Oh yeah, here it is, y'all. In case y'all ain't seen it, that's AG Bando. Bam. Oh, he finna drop a new one after New Year's. That's what's up. Oh, Shell Shock was my favorite song on there. I wish I could play it. I'll be hit up with all kind of copyright. But Shell Shocked is mine. A lot of this in Pots. I love Pots. Bands Up. That's like the lead single. But Shell Shock was mine. He said, "Struggle of a Hustler" is out now. He said, "Check out the Struggle of a Hustler album." Yeah, that's this new one here. That's the new one. Struggle of a Hustler right there. That's the new AG Bando album. Oh, I've heard this album. This the one that got New Money on it. Yeah, I got them all on a playlist, but yeah, I played New Money. Let me see. My thing won't mess it up. I heard In the Field too. But new money in my playlist. He said Fat Joe FaceTimed you yesterday. That's what's up. He said that's a true story too. Shoot, we gotta get AG Bando on here. I wish we was on stream, y'all. I could send him the link so he can get on here. But we'll do it when the new album drop. We gotta pull you up here. Bacardi. No, to recap. Okay, well, here's a recap because we have been on for over an hour. The recap is this: Jay Z is trying to put a put option on Bacardi because they had a deal to sell. Bacardi was already bought 50%. That's done. The other 50% last year, they did a handshake deal. Jay wanted to sell and get out. See, the biggest picture of why Jay want to get out of this deal is because him being attached to liquor could have a conflict of interest in him trying to own a casino downtown in New York. So he's trying to get rid of his shares, and that's messing up what's happening here. And Jay's doing a street hustle like anything else. He's marking the company up, saying it's worth more than what it is. So he had it evaluated for his 50% share at like 2.5 billion. I mean, to me, if you're a businessman, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And then they came back with a oh hell no. When this company is your shares is only worth about 460 million after the evaluation. And Jay was like, oh hell no. So they came last month with an offer like, look, let's just say it's 1.5 billion. And they said, no, let's say it's not. So that's where they at right now. So Jay has a put option in there. They're like, no, I got a put option put in. So y'all hiding things in the business to lower the valuation. Jay was like, look, I got a put option put in place. And to explain a put option without I did a whole breakdown earlier. I'll do a quick one for anybody who don't get what that is. Anybody a street hustler will pick it up in seconds. But to make it and it's funny because the street game is ran just like the professional game. They just got names and titles for things. But it's the same thing. It's buying insurance. So you protecting your stock price. It's saying your stock price is at like $11 a share or whatever. I used Carcino's tires before. So it stops like right here. You're buying it as it like let's say the stock is dropping, you buy insurance to say, hey, at 11, buying it here. Why it's at 11, I'm buying it. So no matter if it keeps dropping, your shares going your money stay here. No matter if it go lower, whatever, it stays here. Now, if it go higher, you will not get it at that number. You still get it for what you came in and got it for. You can get it for that price only. You bought that in that put option, it stopped it right there. Now, if the prices go low, everybody else can only sell it for the low price, but you still get it for 11. So that means they got to sell it for $8. You can still sell yours at 11, so you making profit. So anything you stopped it at, anything below that, they got to sell it at that price. You don't. So you get to sell it high. And that's where the whole scenario is right now. Oh yeah, Iron is from the UK. So he's in the UK drill rap. Is it a limit stop option? I don't think so. It's just a put option. It's so many different trade options. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the scenarios in the company and how it was set up that he can get a put option put in there. But he did get a put option. So it's just the details of, did the company do the right things in doing the put option, and where the shares are evaluated at. So now it's like, okay, he got a put option put in place, but what was the real value of the company? And they're saying, well, your value, whoever evaluated the company, is not doing this and not doing that. So people are hiding things in the company to protect their value. This happens all the time. Well, it'll be funny until you get some margin calls. You know, we settle all debts at the end of business. Margin calls. So that's where we at right now. Thanks for everybody that came in. Check this out. I gotta get out of here. Gotta go make some runs. And I'll be back later on to hit you up. And I'll see y'all on the Patreon tonight. Deuces.